Hello, team, and welcome to today's episode. We're super excited because we are going to be sharing Rick's new release with you. We're going to be talking all about it and explaining exactly what it is. Sorry, my mic dropped there. little mic drop before we even
Mic
started.
drop.
I just
We're
got
just
so
starting.
excited.
We're just starting.
I just got so excited, man. Today we are sharing Rick's new release. It's called Recoil, and we are super excited to share with you. Rick has been working really hard on it for a long time. We're going to get into all of that, but I think one of the best ways to start would be to show him a trailer. What do you guys think?
Dude,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Let's show him the trailer. Okay, here we go. Make sure this is here. Everybody see good? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Do you feel like coin magic is too limited or maybe just one-dimensional? Let me show you something.
Do we freeze?
This is Recoil. This is not another coin trick. This is coin magic in the third dimension. It gets even weirder. I promise what you're about to see is not an illusion. It's the coin actually stretching out and going back to its original shape. And you can check that out.
I like that guy.
What if you could appear to bend, stretch, and transform a solid coin right in front of the eyes of your spectator? See, people used to have trouble with the coins getting balled up in their pockets just like that. They'd have to take the silver, stretch it right back out to be able to use their own money. So, stupid problem to have is your money getting balled up like that. Well, it's the coin actually stretching out and going back to its original shape. And you can check that out.
That's amazing.
Recoil is fun, it's easy to do, it takes up minimal pocket space, and it requires no gimmicks at all. It's coin magic that's different, and it's going to set you apart.
A solid quote. Another solid quote. Dude, got Kyle in there on that?
I'll teach you multiple versions of the routine from beginner to advanced, and how to integrate Recoil into other routines you already do. Take your magic into another dimension. I'll show you how to get there.
Yay!
Oh man, it's so awesome, man. It's so awesome. So I hope you guys are as excited as we are. We're gonna go ahead and get started, and I'm just gonna pass it straight over
And
to Rick.
that product is live right now, correct, Caleb? I mean,
It is. So yeah, before we get into it, actually, here's where you go: CopelandCoins.com /product/recoil. If you just go to the homepage, you'll see it there.
You
Big
can
picture
open
of
another
Rick.
tab right now while we're talking, and then shop away. So.
Exactly. So, yeah, we have a lot of people in here saying they're excited. Let's see here. We got Benjamin in here, really excited. We got Richard. Good to see you as always. Hello from Hungary. Matthew
Greetings.
in here. Brendan, new person. Nice to see you. Really glad to hear about this project. So we are glad you are here. And Christopher, really ready for this one. So this is great. And we already got questions coming in. We're going to be answering your questions just a moment. Let's give Rick the floor real quick and let him kind of explain a little bit more. I think he wanted to show you a little something.
Yeah, I might do a demo, but I wanted to talk a little bit about where this came from, and this is stuff I wanted to put in the teaching video, but it all became a little too long, and so the teaching video you get with it's straight up just teaching. There's no theory and discussion like that, but this topic is really one of my favorites to talk about, and that's really the essence of this routine is spellbound. So the old spellbound routine, changing a silver coin to a copper coin, or any number of variations that have come through the history. I know a lot of magicians are frustrated by this routine, spellbound, because it's sort of, a lot of them don't have conclusions. They just go on and on, back and forth, silver, copper. And
How about do it another 6 or 7, 10 times? I'll enjoy it even more. Do it.
Yeah. I can remember in particular Ponta the Smith when the Sick DVD came out, and just how, even though it was so fast paced and intricate, it still looked pretty darn magical. And I mean, many others have come after his, but in most cases they fall short of being magical and more just a display of, raw skill, talent, which is, what's your goal for that? That may be your goal. And a lot of talented guys out there, doing their stuff with it. But so, like I said, the essence of Recoil is a spellbound routine, or in more simple terms, a transformation. Probably one of the most powerful effects in magic. You have vanishes and appearances and transportations, but a lot of times when people think of magic, they think of things transforming, like the frog prince or a caterpillar into a butterfly. These metamorphosis type of things. So for me, it's always been a favorite routine, the classic spellbound routine. It's a great routine, by the way, if you're a beginner. It's a great routine to get in all your palms and being able to switch from one position to another, and it's a great exercise in itself. So I recommend going back to the original and the Stars of Magic. That's not the original, but that one was where it was given the name Spellbound by Di
that's
Vernon.
where it got his name.
Right. But along the way, one of the inspirations for Recoil was this old trick from Johnson Magic Products, the Mint.
The Mint.
Now, this is a multiple or a progressive transformation from a ball of metal into a metal cube into a ball of metal, then into a flat disc of metal, finally into a coin. So the concept was you're like a mint, like you're minting your own coins. But I always found that trick to be very fumbly, and you couldn't do it just all in the hands.
It was a neat concept. It just wasn't practical. Yeah.
I've always loved that concept, and I know somewhere like that was provided the seed, the fertilizer for Recoil. But along with that is one of my idols, Curtis Cam. He uses ball bearings in some of his coin magic, and even a metal drop where a coin just really appears to be dripping and liquid. So I love Curtis Cam's work and his take on magic, his creativity, and his inclusion of props, much like David Roth often included props within his coin magic, and it just elevated it a little bit more.
Awesome.
And I mean, and as far as the Slinky goes,
real quick. Speaking of Curtis Cam, we had Curtis Cam gave you some great accolades on this routine.
He sure did.
Which I have right here.
Yeah.
It says Rick's work is clever, practical, and well-routined with, and this is the best part, a sense of humor and a focus on what the audience experiences. So I'm sure that was really cool to get that from your mentor there.
So flattered that he provided that quote. Yeah, Curtis is awesome. And I wanted to add one more thought to the process of creativity for everyone out there. So the Slinky idea came when I was just playing with my daughter. And I saw the Slinky there sitting on the floor. And you know me, always practicing coin magic and stuff. I say to myself, like, man, that sure does look like a stack of silver dollars over there. So that began the playing process. And at first it was like, nothing much came of it. I kind of had the idea of, well, at first I was playing with a stack of silver dollars and then switching it for the Slinky. And then, things progressed to the point where, I put this whole routine together. But really I don't know if we'll do this now or in a minute, but I've been messing with the idea of Spellbound with other objects for a long time now, since about 2009.
Yeah, why don't you show a clip?
And
Yeah, for sure.
So my first attempt here was with a sponge ball. Now, don't go now, but on my YouTube channel, at the very bottom, the first video, you'll see this. And so I'm beginning to mess with the concept of what if we could do Spellbound with different objects? Not one coin going to another coin and back and forth, but like a more impossible transformation. And so I'm really skinny here, and I wish I could go back to that.
The next Spellbound.
And then, over the years, I played with, this is the first time I was kind of playing with a metal ball here. But it's sort of too small to have an impact.
Yeah. That's pre-Sleight Pump too, right?
Yeah.
I would say so, because
I'm not using it in here, but
yeah. Okay.
the cool thing about this is the ending of this routine. I thought I could fast forward it. But
It's so clean.
Yeah.
It's like when I first saw Recoil. That's how I felt. I was like, "What the heck?"
I may reuse this ending right here, but so this idea of transformations, it's going back a while for me, and so Recoil is like the culmination of these ideas, and the props you're going to get with it, they are specific sizes and specific, to what I've done over the years to get to this point. So what you're getting in the package is for a specific reason, and it'll help you do the routine in the best way.
Well, let's talk real quick.
So that's a little bit about the history of it all.
So awesome. Thanks for sharing all that with us. Let me throw it over to Jeff. Can you explain real quickly what they do get in the package or in the different options?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got
flash it on
Recoil
the
here. I got
screen, too, if you'd
couple of-
like.
This is the package. It's color coordinated with my new background. Look at that. All right.
There you go.
We're all together. So finally getting the studio remodeled here. This is the Recoil package, and inside, I'm going to open one here. You will get a ball bearing that is exactly to Rick's specifications. A great weight. It's a perfect weight for practice and everything. And you'll get a perfectly modified Slinky, which I have painstakingly been working on these guys to get them to the perfect size. And I'll let Rick explain about that, because I toyed with Rick. I went back and forth with Rick. It's like, we can give people a full Slinky. They need a Sprinky. We need a full Slinky, Rick. And Rick convinced me otherwise why this is the perfect shape. So I'll let him talk on it a little bit. But you get that. There's little instructions. We'd say, quick, watch the video. Don't make sure you take care of your props. And then there's a download code and everything on the back. And that comes inside the packaging. That is the standard purchase. And then I'm going to let Rick demo first, and then we'll go on the add-ons that we have. But Rick, I'm going to throw that question right back at you. These are the props that people get. Why is the Slinky this size? And this has been a fun chore for me. I've been cutting these all month. Anybody lives in the Houston area, you want a job, we have a position for an intern. I will hire you on as an intern to cut these Slinkies. Actually, I've got a lot of work for you. If you live in the Houston area,
be serious.
Cut Slinkies for. I'm not even joking. Caleb's right. I am serious. We are expanding. We have room for you, and cutting Slinkies will be your first job. But we've got more for you. We got lots of products coming out.
But Rick,
yeah.
why is it that size? Can you explain to us?
So, like I said, you will get a couple of props, and you can do some add-ons there if you look on the website. But there's no gimmicks involved with this routine.
Now explain
you
that
get
to
the
me,
props.
Though, Rick. Explain that, because is this a gimmick? This looks like this. Is this a gimmick? Help us all understand.
A gimmick, by definition, is a hidden or unseen tool that helps you accomplish the magic. So, a turtle for a coin, or a dolphin for a coin, or maybe some sticky stuff.
Something mechanical with inside or something like that. So these are props.
Something they never see, right? But the props are something they see.
Right. There may be some distinguishing factor between the word gaff and gimmick.
Yeah.
Where a gaff is something that is actually seen, and it's believed to be the real object when it is not. But
I always thought
just
a gaff
look in the
is something-
dictionary.
That's how you get the big fish in the boat. You gaff it with the.
That is another definition of gaff.
Okay, so the definition of what you're saying, though, I just want to be really clear. Props are things that are seen, and then gimmicks are things that are hidden. So everything that we include is seen by the audience.
Right, a gimmick is like a tool or a mechanism, like a sticky card, invisible thread. It's assisting you to accomplish the effect. Just want to make that clear that Recoil is all sleight of hand, so you will be doing sleight of hand with the included props.
Makes sense to me.
Therefore, the reason the Slinky is this size is because you are going to need to palm this in certain ways, and I don't have a full-size Slinky, but it's about 3 inches, 2.5 inches high. That becomes a lot more difficult to palm and conceal behind your fingers. And like I said, this has been years in the making, and I've played around and I've cut the Slinky down. So the effect you're getting out of it is still big enough, but coming in this small size, which is much more easy to conceal and palm, allowing you to have a much more convincing effect.
Yeah. So I've got that's what I was showing here. The full size is it's too big. It doesn't work. It would not be practical for anything. It'd be too hard to manipulate. So then we'd be back in that conversation of, should I use $50 or $1? Like what size fits your hands? But this is the size that you said. It's about $4 silver tall, right? Is that it's like a stack of coins? And so $4 in most manipulation books or whatever is about the most that you're ever stacking in downs palms or.
But I want to point out what's great about this, and we're gonna get to your questions in just a moment. I keep putting your questions in the chat because I'm keeping track of them. But one of the questions that already came in was, is it easy? And I want to point out, you're talking about multiple stacks of coins, but it's not the equivalent of palming stacks of coins. Rick has developed a way to utilize and even I won't give away how it works, but he even says in the tutorial, this thing palms you. Like you don't even have to palm it palms you. And so it's very, very easy to pick up. And that's one of the great things about it. But can we talk really briefly about what's included in our different options? And I can flash it up on the screen. Jeff, you want to kind of just walk us through really quickly?
I'll walk you through that, and then I'll really quick. So I already went over, I just disassembled this one here. But we've got the product There, oh, there's
Yeah,
the chart there.
4 different packages here.
So if you live outside the US and you're saying shipping is too much for whatever, we have a download only. You can source your own products wherever you like, if that works, or you just want to support Rick and just pick up the product, no shipping. You can get the download only. If you want the teaching, the standard package comes with what I showed you. It's got the ball and the pre-cut spring. These are all quality props, and they work great for this routine. That's the standard package at the second column down. The third column down is the deluxe package. It comes with a jumbo ball. It's 8 ounces of pure steel. We'll let Rick maybe demo that. It is ridiculously heavy. It's half a pound. And so it's an add-on because this adds a lot. 8 ounces, believe it or not, doubles our shipping rate. That's pretty much across the board, anybody who ever shipping. So this one costs a little bit more, but honestly, for what you're getting and the weight shipped to you, we've got the best price you can ever expect on the internet. We've really made this affordable. And then the platinum package, which I didn't bring into the studio, comes with a full-size Slinky Junior. And so if you want to cut it or you want to toy with this idea, if Rick inspires you, you get it all included. So you get the pre-cut, everything ready to go. Plus you'll add on a Slinky Junior. And you get another full-size spring that you could just play with to do whatever. We figured some people are going to ask for that, so why not just offer it on the website straight up? And so those are our packaging.
Yeah, so we have 4 different packages. Can you show us the jumbo ball, or maybe do a little visual demonstration for everybody real quick?
Sure.
That'd be awesome. I think everybody's excited for that. If you're excited for Rick to do something, put a little thumbs up in the comments. like and subscribe here, okay?
So the full routine would look something like this. It just uses a silver dollar, a real silver dollar. Now I say real because we actually used to have silver in all of our money. They stopped doing that though because silver is actually too soft of a metal. People used to have problems with the coins getting balled up in their pockets like this. So they'd have to take the silver ball, stretch it back out just to be able to use their own money. Now that's a tough problem to have, walking around and getting your money balled up just like that. But like I said, it's just a matter of taking that silver ball, pressing it out flat so you could use your money again. Now some weird stuff happens when it gets so soft like this. You could take it to your pocket, and since it's so soft, it only takes a little bit of pressure. And you could learn this move from Jeff Copeland's corner pocket. A little pressure and it pops right through the material just like that. Now it gets a little stranger. And I promise what you're about to see is not an illusion. It's the coin actually stretching out and going back to its original shape. And you could hand that out to people and have them try to bend it and bite it. And so along with that, you could add on the jumbo ball and switch the coin to a huge ball.
Wow.
But I use this a lot in other stuff as a final load. Like if you do Aikido box stuff, let me get an empty box. You can dump this out of your box like that. If you have Ruse Project, he has a routine called the Tooth Fairy where he uses a little statue, but I dump that ball out, and it's a nice sudden arrival of this huge weight.
And so sorry, I was gonna say the whole time we were at Magi Fest, every 5 minutes Rick would demo that, and on the other side of the table, the whole table would go boom and just shake because he dropped that 3-inch ball, and nobody's expecting it. Just this earthquake is happening over on this side of the table. Awesome.
So I wanted to mention, with the big ball, I don't carry this around with me every day, but it's before we started, I was telling Jeff this weekend I was at a party and I got to demo Recoil a bunch of times, and I had the big ball with me. So if I know I'm going somewhere, I'll bring it. And I teach this on the video. You don't have to do this whole routine. You can do just the first part with a ball. Make it sort of a straight spellbound routine where the coin is a coin and then it gets rolled into a ball, back to a coin. That way all you're carrying on you is a ball.
Yeah.
Or you could carry the big ball on you. And that's one prop. It is heavy, but it's just one prop.
But
Or you take it the other direction and just carry the Slinky with you. Now, I'll do this sometimes, just have the Slinky with me. You could do any routine you want. Any routine you want. You just have to finish with one coin. So you do a quick one coin sequence. And then you finish with the Slinky. So instead of a kind of a gaggy jumbo coin, this is just as big as a finish. And then it's in and out of play. Where like a jumbo coin, it comes into play and then people are staring at this giant prop and their mind might drift like, that was cool, but I mean, you just switched it. But the Slinky coming in and out of play, it's almost like that they're asking themselves, did I just see what I thought I saw? Like the coin just came apart and it went back together. So, and it's a whole lot smaller than a jumbo coin. You can carry this in your pocket and you'll forget about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I love it, man.
the routine as a whole.
about it.
Sorry.
There's so many options. It's so versatile. It's everything you're just saying about it. It solves so many problems with Spellbound. It's progressive. It builds. It's fun to perform. The reactions are strong and fun. I mean, it meets all the criteria for the brand. I mean, I'm honored that it's with us, Rick. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
Can we answer some questions? Can we rapid fire through some of these questions real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we
Hit me.
talked easy to do. We already said yes about that, right? Is there anything we want to expound upon that?
I'll be blunt and say the routine as a whole, it's definitely intermediate to advanced. Now, if you look at coin magic and your level of coin magic, you could replace a number of moves within the routine for moves that are more comfortable for you.
Hey, Rick.
So in that case,
maybe I'm like too close to it, but what would you call advanced about it? Because I would not say anything in the routine seemed advanced, like no Harada or nothing crazy out of a small island nation next to China that may give us some crazy coin moves. I mean, I don't think it was anything advanced. Like what gives you that?
there's maybe one move that's a little hard.
Okay.
I'll say BTP.
Nah.
If that acronym makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense to me.
I want to explain real quick. What he's saying is, and Rick, you're being very generous here to explain that, but you've explained that move really well in the tutorial.
Yeah.
And I don't, it's not one of those things that you're not going to be able to pick up. And you even explain ways to make it better, because it's not something that I, as a non-coin guy, have ever really done. But as I was watching it, I could understand, okay, so Rick is giving me a way to make it look better and a way to make it better. And so it's not going to be hard for anybody to pick up here. I think what you're really referring to also is there are other variations. And you mentioned that in the tutorial. Hey, you can replace this. If you know like a more difficult move that you want to use here, you can use it here. If you know an easier move you want to use here, you can use it here. This is a very versatile routine. But what we teach you is something you can pick up pretty easily, very easily, and be able to start using right away.
Yeah, I think so.
And again, you will definitely almost instantly be able to start using one or multiple parts. So again, I mentioned the routine as a whole. It's slightly challenging at intermediate level, but you will be able to use at least a couple parts of this almost immediately. And that should inspire you to stick with the routine, learn the whole routine, because it will really be rewarding for you.
Okay, here's another question. Does it talk in the hand? Meaning, between the ball, the coin, the slinky, the coin, do they talk in your hand, Rick? Do you address that, right?
No more than any other coin routine. At no point will you have more than 2 objects in your hand.
Mm-hmm. And
So
he breaks
I
it down
think like
exactly how to
anything,
manipulate it so it doesn't happen.
I think if anything, you can get a sound flash with coin magic. In real world environment, when you're out performing, sound flashes and coin magic are so minimal. And when you're working between two different objects, sometimes it's kind of logical that it would make a metallic sound as it changes. So you can play that kind of stuff off. But when you're in a restaurant, anytime you're doing a spellbound, you're manipulating two metal objects. There's a risk for a sound flash. If that's what you're asking.
And I want to mention there is a risk because remember there's no gimmicks here, so he doesn't have some specialty gimmick that does the work for you. There is a little practice involved here, but once again, using our Dave system, using multiple camera angles and everything, you'll see Rick's close-up hand as he slowly walks you through the manipulation of everything. That is not hard to do. I picked it up while we were standing at the booth at Magi Fest pretty quickly, and it feels good. It's just a good practice session. You know how Rick creates these cyclical practice drills, and he'll share that with you, and you'll be able to pick this right up and avoid that. As long as you're working on it, you're conscious, you cannot have it talk.
Yeah. But I think that's something we all have from time to time. We have,
Here's another one. Do we got to switch a stack of coins for the Slinky?
Nope.
no, one coin.
No stack involved.
One coin. And I will clarify on this. If you've noticed all the packaging, it is bring your own coin. So I have a special deal working with you. You can save up to like 20% off our silver coin singles. And if you just want an Eisenhower dollar to just get in the routine, if you don't have one, I think you can pick it up for like $2 on the website right now. There's a pop-up window that pops up. If you don't see that window, email us, but it should be working. We checked it this morning. If it's not working in Chrome, close out Chrome, start it over again, and then it will refresh. Chrome recently did an update earlier this month, and it messed with our pop-up windows. But if you close out your Chrome, if you haven't closed out in a while, just open again, it'll automatically update. I'll just try to put that disclaimer. It might help somebody. But if you do an add on there, you can add on coins. Rick's recommending using silver dollar size coins since it is a one coin routine. You see that's how he's performing it. But if you don't have any kind of large silver coin, we do have that option. And I wanted people to get in the routine. I have to keep the price down because these are real coins that are worth real money. So, Eisenhower dollars even are out of circulation. So it costs me more than $2 per coin to buy Eisenhower dollars right now. And I've got them on the website for $2. So I'm losing money every time, but I really want you to get into this routine.
All right,
if you don't have an Eisenhower dollar.
Let's blast through the rest of these. Is the Slinky spring metal or plastic?
I'll answer.
It's metal.
Yeah, it's metal. It's a real Slinky.
Yeah.
It's real Slinky.
Name brand Slinky.
Yeah. I didn't cut any corners on anything. I got the real name brand because I want it to be reliable. I don't want something to be that would fall apart.
And Jeff is like painstakingly filing down the edges on each one to make sure it's good for your hands and everything. So we're really putting in the effort here to make sure this is quality as we always do for all of our products.
So try to make them just the near exact perfect size. They're all pretty much the same exact size within a coil or two. It's perfect for.
With that being said, and you'll see this on your packaging, that big stop sign. And it's one of the first things I go over in the video. Although this is metal and it's a Slinky and it's supposed to stretch, I will teach you the correct way to stretch it out so your Slinky doesn't end up like this.
Yep.
Because you'll have to get a new Slinky.
Yeah. Hey,
but it's very... Yeah.
I say you don't want to overstretch. You never want to overstretch a Slinky, any metal spring. So I was thinking,
we got
but it becomes a little more difficult since we've cut it shorter. Your instinct is to go out like you normally would, playing with a Slinky, but you do not need to do that with this being so small. It'll be stretched out and unusable after that.
Yeah. But Rick explains in the tutorial how you can get the maximum impact from that amount of size. Because what you just saw in the trailer, he's using the same size Slinky, so you don't need to do this whole thing. He explains all about that in the download. So another question here: are the props attracted to magnets, like for use in a holdout? Good question.
Yes, I addressed that in the video. In real life, I use no magnets, but if that's something you wanted to do, they are ferromagnetic. They will stick to a magnet. And I'll leave it at that.
And I'd like to jump in there real quick. And another comment said, Matthew said, this is beautiful, but I especially appreciate the fact that it seems like it could be very creatively incorporated into many other sleights. And I think he's also talking about other routines and things. And that's what I would say. That's my favorite part about this project, is that not only is it creative thinking, and it gives you a different perspective on how to consider your coin magic. It's not the same coin flying from hand to hand thing. You're transforming metal in this project. But also you can, like Rick said, you can do just the ball to coin part, or you can do just the slinky part to end a routine. It's very versatile, regardless of what you're doing, and depending on what you want to carry with you that day and what moments you want to keep in. So that's a good point there.
Yeah.
We got
And just
one
like
more.
any spellbound routine, you can mix and match so many moves in a spellbound routine. And that was kind of the point I was alluding to earlier. You could make this routine as easy as you wanted to until you work on it and get it the way I do it, or you can keep it really just simple. So that goes for any spellbound routine with a copper and a silver coin. You can do a million different changes and then loop them all together in a million different ways.
For sure.
So
for sure.
you can take this wherever you want.
And the great thing with the Dave is Rick's going to give you ideas and extra thoughts and stuff. Like if you've ever learned through Copeland Coins before, you're going to get all the photographs that break down the hand positions so you can study them. You get an ebook first off. You get an ebook that has all the notes and the photographs so you can go back and refresh yourself. You don't have to watch the whole video. Here's an example of what the Dave system looks like, that photograph there. Here's another one. So you get, I blur them out on the website a little bit, kind of rub them with the pencil eraser tool. But you get all these photographs, and then the video there is what's that photograph in the middle. It would be playing live video, and then you get all these tips that are on the outside, and you learn really fast. So it's a way to get you beginner. If you've never done coin magic, you're going to be instantly ready to perform, ready to learn. If you're on the beginner level, we're going to take you to the intermediate level pretty quick. That's what some of the beauty of the Dave system.
And I want to point out real quick with that, because I heard you say this a lot at Magi Fest. At Magi Fest, it was a great way to explain it. The Dave system allows you to have the combination of book, video, and also photos, so that if you have to step away for a second, you pause the video and then you come back. You don't have to go back to what you were doing. You can see exactly where you stopped, get back in the correct hand position, and immediately be going again. And then Rick takes the time in this download, and we have all our artists do this, to put all sorts of little extra bits of information, little extra thoughts, little extra things you might want to try in and around the actual video that's playing. So you get, it's almost like having somebody there, helping you say, oh, by the way, don't forget about this, and maybe try this as well, as you're learning. So you're getting a full learning experience. It's really, really great.
Yeah. And Rick edits all these, by the way. Rick edits them himself. He makes them look great. So
he does. And speaking of Rick editing, I want to point out one thing. Matthew said, love the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. And that is not a 9 Inch Nails soundtrack.
I don't know. He's talking about the SpongeBall
video.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. I get you.
Yeah.
I was just going to point out that Rick wrote and produced and performed the music for Recoil as well.
Yeah, the trailer music, that is Rick's digital masterpiece.
And there's also there's a little bit of music on the teaching video, but it's just for the background. But I did all the music for that, and Caleb and a friend of mine helped with the cameras a little bit for the trailer, and it was fun putting together the whole video, the music, and just designing the Dave too, and the package. It was all just a great exercise of creativity.
It's been a lot of fun, for sure.
Man.
So the last little thing, if anybody has any final questions, put them in the comments. I want to show one more thing while we're here, and that is we had a couple great things be said about this so far from early receivers of this or people who saw it early at Magi Fest. Eric Jones, as you can see, his quote is, "This is so surreal. That's why I love it." And that was so cool to see.
Yeah,
his
Eric came
reaction
up to
there.
our booth
Yeah.
and spent 20 or 30 minutes talking with us, mostly with Rick and watching, and gave us that quote right on the spot. So that was really cool to.
And we shared Curtis Cam's quote already, and then Kyle Purnell was another one who saw that and picked it right up at Magi Fest, and he said, "One of the biggest compliments I can say about an effect is that the method is as practical as it is satisfying, and Recoil fits that bill to a T. Already started using it in my Sterling sets, and I have a feeling it's going to stay for a long time." So that was definitely high praise there. Just want to point that out.
I was blown away, flattered by the people attending Magi Fest, and then Eric Jones and Kyle, being able to meet them in person, first of all, but Eric was there to lecture, and he's a professional. He didn't pick one up, but Kyle bought one from me, and he asked me right there, can I do this on social media like before the video comes out? And I was like, yeah, man, I trust your chops. So he was into it and wanted to like start using it right away. And again, I'm so flattered by those guys and so happy to have met them in person. And I think Kyle will be at Trix. I might have seen him.
I think you will, for sure. Yeah. So just in wrapping up, this is once again the website, copelandcoins.com/product/recoil. If you just go to copelandcoins.com, you'll see it there. Yeah. You want to go ahead and pick this up. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. This is the page for it. So you know you're in the right place. We have those 4 different packages and everything is fully explained there, just like we explained earlier. So you can you get some of the different add-ons, some of the exciting things there, and just go check it out right now. Go pick this up so you have something new and something different, something visual in your repertoire. We know you're going to love it.
There's already 2 reviews there.
Oh, that's true. There's already 2 reviews.
Some good reviews, Rick. Some good reviews. Yeah.
I got to read this.
Some guys picked up at Magi Fest, and so.
Oh yeah. So we are very excited to share this with you guys. If there's no further questions, I think we'll wrap it up here. But go get Recoil. Oh, we got one more. We got one more question here. How long was Recoil in the making, and how long have you been performing this?
The way it currently is, I've been performing it about 2 years. Before that, it was in different forms and evolutions, but the routine you see here is basically the same one I've been doing about 2 years.
Yeah,
and then
ball to progression of the Slinky, the different changes and stuff. Yeah, and the project itself, I don't know if you're asking about that. We've been working on the project about 3-4 months. Well,
putting it all together. Yeah,
I'd say at least 3 or 4 months. That
for sure.
Cool.
So it's very exciting. Sorry, I thought you were pausing. You were going to say something. Very exciting. We already have Thomas. It's in his cart. He's going to hit checkout with the copper silver. Thank you so much, Thomas.
Yeah, pitch you up with copper silver.
We're excited.
If there's a copper silver not listed on the site, email me. I've got everything in stock. They just may not be glued together. So
there you go. Scully's
and leave reviews on those.
Yeah, checking it out. Yeah, we got all sorts of people interested and excited. We hope that this is something that's exciting for you guys, us being able to share about it, and we know you're going to love the routine. So go, once again, copelandcoins.com. Pick this up right now, and with that, we will see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, guys.